Hello everybody, how's it going? My name is InkEyes. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to InkEyes Plays Caveblazers. Before we get into the video and the daily, sorry if I was screaming into the microphone. I'm just trying to like adjust a few things here. Somebody in the comments asked me to show them what's in the journal. I don't know specifically what they were looking for, so I mean, we're gonna just go through the journal like this real quick. But if after seeing this, if you realize that there was something specifically that you wanted me to show you, just let me know again in the comment section and I'll try to do it. Just a bunch of information for the monsters, a bunch of information for the bosses, all of which I have. This is the final boss, which was really hard. It lasted for about 5 seconds for me, I think. Areas, items. These are the shadow swords. Once I actually make them, I'll have them. They're not like anything really new. You can't find these in the regular game mode. You have to actually turn on the shadow relic to even have access to those. And these are the shadow bows. Aside from that, this is scepter. I don't know about. These are actually some new items. These weren't actually part of the list before. So yeah, it seems like I do have a few things that are left undiscovered. A lot of them tie in with some challenges and achievements and whatnot. These are all the blessings that you can find in the game. This is the final blessing that I unlocked yesterday, actually. This is Magic is Piercing. It's just not available because I haven't. After unlocking it, I think you just need to play with it to become unlocked. I don't know exactly what is the requirement for these to become opaque white and not grayed out like that. Then you have the different relics, like the Twilight relic. You have Oblivion, which gives you all the shadow stuff. Miscellaneous is just like miscellaneous stuff, like the shrines and whatchamacallit, the altar and whatnot. Alright, anyway, so there you go. Was there anything else in there that I missed? I don't think so. Okay, cool. Alright, we're gonna go play the daily, and these are the relics that I showed you. They're at the top here. These are all like secret relics that you have to do something to unlock them. They're all modifiers, and basically, if you manage to beat a run with all those relics, then you get 100%ed. Like the achievement for it and all that stuff. Different perks. These are all the different perks. I mean, I'm not gonna go through all the hats, but we do need a new look for today. So let us choose. I'm missing 2 of these. I don't know. Yeah, see, unlocked via challenge. Let's go with. Man, I don't know what to go with. I've played with like all of these on stream or on video. This is so funky. Sure, boom, done. Then you have the progress stuff here. Also, I guess challenges. If you want to take a look at that, these are like different challenges. I'm only missing those question marks, as well as just those question marks. That's it. Just missing 2 challenges. And I'm missing, I think, 3 or 4 achievements. One of them is beating like the final boss and getting all the items, or like getting all the monsters in your journal. And just doing the game 100% completed, which I don't know what it means exactly. I guess it refers to the journal, or maybe the achievements. I don't know, but that requires doing a 5 relic run as well. So getting 100% is nearly impossible right now, at least as far as I know. We get Fire Sword for the 27th June daily. Metal Bow, Sticky Bomb, Regular Bomb. We get a Bleeding Blessing for melee weapons, as well as Spike Blessing, so no spike deaths or fear of that. Take more damage. It's kind of bad. Time limit is also very bad. And then harder bosses, which I guess is like the cherry on top of the poop. So a time limit is going to put a lot of pressure on us, but it's going to be okay. the thing that is not okay is taking a lot of damage. So this is kind of like a 5 relic run. We're gonna be taking a lot of damage. Except that we don't have to pay for like our blessings and items. But we have to deal with the time limit. And we have to deal with harder bosses, which means the bosses deal more damage. And also take forever to kill. Like, forever. Basically. You know how in fairy tales they're like, oh yeah, they lived happily ever after. Yeah, that's as long as this is going to take to kill a boss. Ever after long. I'll take the richest blessing. I do want that potion. And I will take it for myself. What are you doing chasing me, dude? Did I have the poison sword or the fire sword? Wait, alright. I'll be back, slime. I'll be back. Just a few things here I gotta check real quick. I think this time limit is definitely slower than corruption. The corruption is very fast. Like, it would have been on us, upon us by now. Ugh. Oh, not the worst. There's honestly just one demonic blessing that I like, and that's the one that allows you to shoot those projectiles from every dead enemy that they come out. I think that's like the only one that I actually like. But this is also, I mean, not bad. Don't get me wrong. Time limit is near. You can kind of hear it in the background. It goes, it's like a grinder. It's like... Enemies also die in the time limit. But I don't know if enemies that are killed by that corruption, I don't know if they count toward your kills or they're just, you know, deceased. Really good stuff. I'm just gonna put this on, put that on. I would also love to find an altar so we can have a super fire weapon, which the Ring of Affliction is going to do wonders with. Because basically the Affliction Ring, what it does is it, I think, doubles the fire and poison damage that we do. So let's go check real quick. Affliction Ring. 50% extra. Okay, that's not bad. Eat the heart. Again, killing enemies not only for points, but also for money. So we have the Blessing of Riches. Not into using the bow too much right now. Especially since we can accumulate the orbs. I'd rather just try to quickly go through with melee. Fiery Blade makes it even better. We have to make it back ASAP. Go, 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 go. Oh, perfect. Dude, I need to go. I don't have time for you. Get out of my way. Jesus. Gosh. Ooh, nice. Ish. I'll take the Titan Star over the Fire Wand. Or the Fireball Wand, whatever it's called. Because that thing is dangerous. I won't heal here. I'll save my money for a shrine later on. Right now I have food items. Okay, I need to see what's over there. Dude. There's nothing over there. Okay, good. Oh, nice. Might actually wear the Dark Feather instead of the Titan Star. Hollow Bow, take that. I'll take the Dark Feather as well. The Chain Blessing is going to be great since we have to go fast, so we can kind of throw ourselves in the middle of a bunch of enemies and start swinging, and everybody will take that same amount of damage, or at like half of the damage or something like that. And then like tier 2 of it, they take the same amount of damage. We'll check. We'll check in the boss screen, because we won't have a time limit there. A Vortex Bomb, pretty cool. Has its uses. That was a huge mistake what I did there. I don't know why I did that. Sure. Started with a poison. That's not great. We should be fine here. It's gonna take a while, but we should be fine. I don't know why I thought for a second that this guy was gonna act like the jelly and try to grab me. Oh, his angle though. Oh, this is all. Now, what the hell, dude? You can't get this low. You have to go higher. What the hell is wrong with you? It's gonna be a short video at this rate. It's already dealt so much damage to me. I think it can, it hit me 3 times, right? Something like that. I really need him to give me a healing item. A heart or something. A heart. There we go. Oh, sweet. Sweet, 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 sweet. Oh. I'm getting this Crimson Blade maybe a little way too often. I mean, not complaining, I love it. But Jesus, we've been seeing it so much lately. Obviously, the damage is not even comparable to the Super Fire Sword. But we're gonna have to use it so we can heal. And I wonder if the Chain Blessing is going to... Oh, I forgot to show you guys that. I wonder if the Chain Blessing is going to work for the Crimson Blade as well. Like... I wonder if enemies that die from the chain attacks, I wonder if they will also count toward HP gain for me. Oh my god, Hadoken, you died so early too, man. What the hell? Okay. Okay. You know what we're gonna do now? We're gonna go and do... We're gonna work on... What should we work on? Should we work on getting the... finishing the game with every perk? We could do that. I think this is a good opportunity to start with that. And let's not do the boring adventure right now, although I could just go down the list one by one. Let's start with... I actually like the elementalist a lot, so let's do that. Wow, that was a bad run. That guy hit me so quickly. From my previous runs, I was under the impression that I could run past him like a little easier, because I thought he's not as aggressive as before, but I think it was just... every other time that I was able to, like... kill him with melee and stuff. What do you... Mouse, get the hell out of here. I think it was just like an AI goof or something, because, he's very aggressive. But I do think some of the modifiers are just a little much. Like, taking extra damage. Enemies in this game, generally, it's not like they deal little damage. They deal... a lot of damage. They do a significant amount of damage. They take a chunk of your life away in a regular run anyway. And when you do the whole you take extra damage, it just becomes a little unreasonable because you literally die in 4 hits. Meaning 100 HP. It really won't get you far. Like a couple of slimes hitting you accidentally. If you know, mistime a jump and then collide with the slime mid-air or something, that's like 20 HP gone right there. And speaking of 20 HP gone right there, that's 20 HP gone right there, above us. How are we gonna get that? We're gonna have to maybe bomb it. We'll do that. If we can. I'll try to go quickly for this run, because I don't want it to be like a 2-hour long video for you guys. I was actually surprised that yesterday's daily ended in about an hour. Like, if you cut out all the times where I was standing around organizing my inventory, or, you know, just checking information or making, like, super weapons and stuff like that, it definitely would have been very much under like under an hour. I feel so stupid though. Like, I had healing items that I could have used too, but I didn't expect that guy to kill me. That's the thing. Like, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna hold on to my healing items. We're gonna find a shrine. Everything's gonna be fine. Nope, not at all. Let's take Tenacious Blessing, of course, because I think it's a great blessing to have. I don't even care about that apple anymore. I already have good stuff on me. So the Elementalist, he deals extra damage when it comes to the elements, like fire and poison. I think that's about it. Yeah, I think you just deal extra fire and poison damage. Yeah, 200% for fire and poison damage. I wish that bleed was included, maybe. The element of bleeding. Oh, I guess you also get like an extra ring slot. I didn't even take the time to read that initial screen. Some of these perks have changed a little bit, I guess. Like, what I do know is that some perks have changed, some items have changed. Even like when it comes to items, I think the Cleric Orb has been restricted to only Cleric trait runs. Like the Cleric Orb dropping So you will no longer find the cleric orb during any other run, unless you are already playing as the cleric, which is kind of funny to me. So if you ever want to experience that orb, or turn it into a super cleric orb, you can only do that by playing the cleric trait. Perk trait. I don't. So many words in this game. What is that troll doing here? This is not your level, dude. What the heck? Really? You put 2 of these guys next to my health shrine? A health shrine that I may or may not use, but that is not for you to choose, game. Why is this guy over here when I have 0 damage? Get away, dude! Help! I can't even downward strike this weapon. Dude! Get... Man, I can't get that daily out of my mind. It was so bad. The guy who had like over 10,000. Okay. Okay. Messer box. You have the most legitimate score. Too many. What? I parried the guy who overlapped the other guy, but the other guy hit me. That was not fun. Come here. Come here. He's like, no you didn't. No you didn't. I did. Again? How many times are you gonna express your anger, dude? Calm down. It's very easy to kill them from above. They just become completely helpless. Wow. Okay. He finally died. Let's see if this works. Like you guys were talking about it in the comment section, it's not that great of a magic item. It's very hard to use. It used to be a lot better. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a chance that we won't even win this run. Like, just because I'm attempting it doesn't mean that I'm just gonna automatically win it. We could and should go back up for the health shrine and the altar. Let me just finish this level right here real quick. Make sure we don't end up with another item that I could make a super item. I don't have to go all the way back up again, and then all the way back down again, and then find another item and be like, oh, we could do this and that too. Alright. Let's go turn our items into better items. And we'll move on with the rest of our lives. And the rest of the capes. Oh. Oh god. So what do we have? We have these. We have these. And that's it. Right? Right. How did you fall down? Give me that. And so what do we get from these? Plus 6 melee, 2 knockback, 20 HP, 5 melee, 4 range, and 1 ring slot. Yep, done. Now we just need to find 5 rings. Hopefully. Someday, somehow. That's Garbo. I mean, I could keep it for when I have an extra slot for magic items, perhaps. Yeah, let's go. We're done. We're done. Easy peasy. He's one of the easiest bosses. Except for like the last phase when the little balls are freed and start coming at you like crazy. I definitely don't like that phase. It's gonna take a long time to get all of these. Maybe not that long. Thank you. Oh no, it's going fine. Well done. Ah. Oh. Oh. Okay. What do I get for doing this flawlessly? Nothing, you say? Psh, I knew it. Just as I expected. And we do have some potions. We have, what, 4 potions we can try here? Let's do it. Going through the door used to completely negate fire and poison, but now it doesn't. That was the only good thing left in the game. And even that is taken from us, guys. By the evil dev. I think Rupeck Games is like a anti-player sort of dev. Like, there are a lot of devs who, you know, when they design their game, they're pro player, you know. This is like a punishment sort of game. You know, those sort of games, like, off the top of my head, I'm not gonna, I can't think right now. It's hard to play this game and think very hard. But, don't get that the wrong way. But, you know, like, a lot of devs, when they make their game, they want to make sure, like, the protagonist, the player in their game, is well prepared and can feel the strength and all that stuff. Like, I think Isaac is a pro player sort of roguelike. Like, you ball out of control more often than not. There are lots of slow enemies and enemies that don't even track you or converge on you or aim anything at you. They're just sitting there jumping around. There are trap rooms that are pretty easy to do, and especially there are a lot of things that once you do them a couple of times, they become second nature and just the challenge goes away. It just becomes a matter of, are you savvy enough to face like a certain enemy or a certain challenge after having some experience with it. And the damage is not hit point based, it's actually point based. Like, you don't have 100 HP and then different enemies deal different damage to you. It's not like that. It's, you know, point based, so you know what I mean. Everybody knows Isaac. I don't have to explain it. Sure, there are some enemies that deal like a full heart of damage to you in that game, but most enemies deal half heart damage, so a hit from any enemy is pretty much the same. 9? I don't have anything. So, like, a cave troll in that game and a bat would be equally as destructive. And it doesn't feel unfair. And like I said, there are so many different things that really allow the player to become powerful and capable in that run. Or in that game. In Caveblazers, on the other hand, where I think it's like a killer dungeon master. Do you know, like, different dungeon master types? Where you have when you play Dungeons and Dragons, for example, which I have played to admit my level of nerdiness. You have a lot of different sort of dungeon masters, and one type is the killer dungeon master who just wants other players to die. You know, they don't care much about their campaign and their story. They just want to make sure that, like, all the D&D players, they have, like, a really difficult time, and they get a lot of enjoyment from the players in the game just dying. And Jesus Christ, what just happened to my voice there? And I think the same is true about this game and Rupeck Games. I think Rupeck Games is a killer dev. The enemies in the game are already OP, and they already deal, I think, an excessive amount of damage to you, to a point where you really regret taking any damage from any enemy, even a bat. And then on top of that, you get modifiers, like, you know, you move even slower, you take even more damage. I've actually yet to see a positive modifier for the dailies, like, you deal more damage, you take less damage. No bad potions. I think the number of negative potions in the game outweighs the number of positive potions in it anyway, and I feel like the bad potions are also better than the good potions as far as their potential as well. And even with, you saw it yesterday, in yesterday's daily, even with the maximum amount of luck from almost the beginning of the game to the end, I kept drinking bad potion after bad potion after bad potion, and I kept getting awarded bad potions from, like, shrines and enemies as well. Like, nothing really changed until I had basically tried every single potion, and I was simply left with nothing but the good potions. Unless the luck stat only applies to arcane boxes, which, if it did turn the negative ones into positive ones, I would have had more respect for it, because those are chance-based. Like, a negative arcane box has a higher chance of being a negative effect, and a positive arcane box has a higher chance of being a positive effect. It's not that the plus is always going to be a plus and a negative is always going to be negative. You could pop a... No! Oh. You could have, like, a positive arcane box that, if you're unlucky enough, will surround you by bombs. Or you could have a negative arcane box that, once you pop it, you end up with, like, a bunch of gold. But if that's the only thing that it affects in the game, that is horrible. And it doesn't even, like, have a viable influence. Like, you can't rely on it. That's the problem. I really don't want to use a healing item right here. Any other rings that I could wear? No. I could use that, but the damage output is a lot lower. Well, not a lot. And I don't need the ring sauce either, yeah. And I'm an elementalist, so poison is my expertise. So at least these enemies will take a few ticks of extra damage through poison. And even, like, the poison sword, it's like, what is it, 15% chance to poison targets? 15% chance? 15% chance to poison a target means out of every 10 attack, you do around 1 to 2 poison strikes out of every 10 strikes. And if you think about it, each enemy takes about what, like 4 or 5 if you are on, if you have the level of strength necessary to you know, for the level you are. If your level of strength and, you know, ranged weapon and your melee weapon and all are what they're supposed to be, basically, for the level you're on, it means that if you I can't even formulate this in my head correctly, but usually you can kill enemies with 3 or 4 strikes if you're not underpowered for the level you're on, is what I mean to say. And when you do poison them, it's not that effective, because you're just gonna be killing them in the next strike. Like, sure, the poison ticks for like 3 or 4 very, 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 very slowly on the enemies. By the time that they're poisoned, and the poison is going to even do anything, you've already killed them. So I don't know. I don't think it's that good. Sorry, my brain broke as I was trying to like word that, explain it. It's really hard to pay attention to like the millions of things that are happening around you in this game and talk normally. Because, you know, like it's not like you're safe if, wow, these diagonal throws, dude. It's not like you're safe on one side of the screen. Everything is like always flying at you or running at you. So if you're just looking to the right or to the left only when you're going in a certain direction, you're doing it wrong. You need to look up, down, left, right all the time. You need to know where that bat is. You need to know where that slime is. You need to know if that platform is high enough for the slime or if he can actually jump over it. And then if you're, while you're focusing on the slime, you need to make sure the bat doesn't come get you and then the slime gets you from under you. And at the same time, you're trying to like describe something that you're thinking about, and then boom, daily run comes to a bitter end. Wow. And on topic of like killer devs and killer DMs, dungeon masters, like even on a shadow relic or on a 5 relic run, when you go and you have that relic with the shop. What the hell, dude? What? There's a relic that says, you know, there won't be any more blessings on the levels, no more item drops on the levels, nothing. But instead you'll have stores, so you can collect gold, and then you can go, and I'm very lucky that this is the way it is, because if these blocks extended to the left anymore, I wouldn't have been able to even get these freaking blessings. But the thing about the shops is that the shops have potions in them. But the potions aren't even identified in the shop, and I find that to be so extremely bizarre for a game like this, for that mode specifically. Like, you're saying that the player is going to take extra damage, and you're saying that one of the only ways that it can increase your power is through finding good potions and whatnot. And then not even the shop has them identified. You want me to spend my hard-earned precious relic money on a potion that's gonna be burning me for not even 20 damage, but for 40 damage? That's nonsensical to me. Like, that's the first thing that I would change if I was a dev for the game. Seriously, it will be the first thing that will change. Like, have some mercy, man. I know you want your game to be punishing and hard, but there's a fine line between hard and punishing and then fun. You don't want to get to a point where people start to get annoyed at the game and find things to be so unfair that it just makes them angry. There's so many good things about this game that keep you coming, you know, coming back to it, and you want to play more of it. But also, on the other hand, it's not a flawless game, and there are equally number of things that are bad in the game that would really piss you off and anger you enough to not want to play again. It doesn't have to be like that. You know, allow the players to feel powerful. Allow the players to have a chance. It doesn't have to be a game that only 1% of all these players can even beat. I don't know what the actual statistic is for that. I'm kind of pulling that out of my ass. But I can imagine. It's really not easy to beat the game. Because you need to have a lot of things working out for you. You have to have a bunch of things lined up for success. Aside from just general experience and knowing how to face different enemies, you need to be of a certain power and have a certain sort of setup to deal with like some of the enemies. Like, you can't go up to those pit boys with your sword if you're dealing 5 melee damage to them and try to take him down like that. It's just never gonna work out. And they're chaotic and they're crazy and they chase you down and you have perfect aim and the incredible range, and the enemies that attack you from off the screen are everywhere littered, that blow you up for 1,000,000 damage and knock you too. Like, they knock you back into lava and whatnot, or onto spikes. Like, just take it, cool it, buddy. Like, take it easy. So much. It's okay if people beat your game. It's okay if it's doable. It's not gonna make it a bad game. No. Oh gosh. See, this is such nonsense. Such nonsense. Ay, 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 ay. I don't want this bow anymore. It's not working out. And if you think like these tiki grubs and whatnot are hard now, you don't even have an idea how difficult they used to be. Like the orcs, the tiki grubs, like so many enemies were so much worse. This is actually a time to celebrate that they're easier to face. I can't even really tell what I have in my inventory right now. There's nothing else that I can combine, right? I don't see anything else. How many of my blessings are you going to make impossible for me to get. I don't think that ID's for me, does it? And I did not remember what color that was. Thank goodness for the bombs, dude. Yeah, this damage is so much better. Oh. Well, let's not actually die. I'm just so distracted right now. I'm playing so badly. I'm playing everything in me. It's just a matter of frustration because I played this game for so long and it really bugs me. Like it's a fun game and I like it, but let's not talk about it. The more I talk about it, the angrier and crankier I'll get. Just gonna power through it. Have ourselves a decent time. Back in the day, there used to be like all the NPCs that show up, the guys who look like you, the other Caveblazers. None of them were friendly before. They were actually enemies. So you had all the enemies in the game, and then on top of that, you had these NPCs who would also come through the doors and chase you down and murder you. Like it was. Look at that! The saddest little brain thing. It only controls one block, they can't even do a tentacle thingy. But yeah, you had to deal with those guys constantly, and then... that was a nightmare. You couldn't make it anywhere before you were just 100% murderfied. I've said this before, and I'll say it again. It's supposed to be Caveblazers. You're supposed to, like, go through the game quickly and blaze through and have a good time. Oh my god. Kind of like the same way you go through the first couple of levels. The first 3 or 4 levels, you're blazing through them. You can go fast. Your weapon damage is on the same scale. And then you get to like these areas, like all the different slimes. And these awful green slimes that have 3 million HP. And poison you. And you get those cave trolls. Just too much, man, too much. Okay, so I want to go back up to the, I think there was an altar, right? Maybe? Was there? And my other issue with the game is that when you have the shield is supposed to negate a hit completely. But if the hit is fire or poison, your shield doesn't do anything. Even though it's protecting you from the hit, and it should be so that if you protect it from a hit, that means you didn't get hit from it. And that you shouldn't be afflicted by fire and stuff, and you still do. And poison. God, Jesus Christ. I was invulnerable. I mean, quote unquote, invulnerable. Of course, we all know that I was not. Wait, do they track you mid-air? The shots track you mid-air. They're homing too! Okay, that's a little too much. You gotta draw the line somewhere, dude. Whoa, did you see that curve on that? Wow. So it's not enough that they have perfect aim, and that the projectiles fire so quickly, and that they can shoot you from across the screen. They also have perfect aim. I mean, they're homing. I think that's incredible. I can't believe it. You're gonna be like, oh, InkEyes, you have that melee ring that you haven't put on. Yeah, I know. I'm distracted. I'm doing other things. Oh wait, there wasn't an altar here? That was the last level. I could use it if I just put that on, but we'll lose my poison. That's so dumb. But I mean, I guess poison is useless, so sure. I'll equip a weapon that will allow me to actually equip an extra ring. And that ring gives me extra melee damage to make it worth it. And it will just destroy the enemies with pure damage instead of having to rely on poison. That doesn't matter. I don't know. Oh, the range. Okay. Almost out of this hellhole. Jesus Christ. I don't even want that fire totem. Let's check the awful... Look at this. Look at this. Let's go. Let's see. Okay. Good. Good. Devilry potions. They are kind of pointless. Was that actually all good? Isn't it supposed to be at a cost? That was like 4 good things. Oh, there we go. Sweet. My last potion is invincibility. The salt. The salt! Too much salt! What am I never gonna use? That. That's broken, so I'm never gonna use it. That, I'm just not interested in it. Well, I keep it, just to see what happens with it. Between these two... say goodbye to that. And that. Don't care about it. I'll keep my poison sword. So maybe somewhere, sometime down the line, before the run comes to an end, my quote-unquote elementalist will be worth something. Maybe I'll find another poison sword or something. I think I'll just hold on to the rest of these items. I don't want those. I don't want... Yeah, we're good. Let's just organize things real quick. Should be a quick fight. I do have the fiery arrows blessing, I believe. And I think this is also a poison bow, right? So we do have some elements happening, but I don't have the best weapons that can inflict enemies with status effects. It's kind of taking a little too long. Oh, come on. My attack phase on him, though. My attack phase, though. Look how he comes down every time he spawns those fireballs. He gets so low to the ground, it just makes it impossible for me to find a safe spot. That's a little uncool. Everything's a little uncool in this game, bro. Fiery arrows and oh, the fiery blade was the last one. Alright, so we just have fiery arrows. Okay, fire damage 300%, not bad. Damage resist 20%, also not bad. Tier 2 life drain makes me a little happier, less cranky, I suppose. Poison, yeah. What was the thing that I wanted to check? Oh. I forgot. Was it one of these blessings that I wanted to check? Or... I don't remember what it was. Let's go. I'm gonna keep my healing potions, or I mean items, for later, and I'm gonna just hope that I will find a health shrine, and just mostly rely on life drain right now to get my HP back. That's not a health shrine. This is an unhealth shrine. Excuse me. How much? 110! Okay. Yeah, funny joke. Very, very funny joke. Sorry, I'm checking the dead zone for the stick here. So the left side goes all the way over there. The right side dead zone for like shooting down diagonally to right is so much smaller than the left. What? Why? Why is that? I don't understand. That's a little odd. Because I was wondering why that... Oh, shoot. I was wondering why that Tesla shot didn't go up the way I wanted it to. Uh, 28 HP. Nothing to fear. We're gonna be fine. We'll fine. We're fine. It's just fine. Don't worry. Everything is fine. For a second I thought he landed on my head and poisoned me. But I guess I somehow killed him before that happened. To my own surprise. Oh my god. I hate these slimes so much. So much! I want to try the downward strike on these guys. Somebody was like, oh, an easy way to... I think it was Gonzo who told me, an easy way to deal with these guys is just like jump and try to downward strike them. Oh, you know what? I don't have downward strike with this weapon. Therefore, I'm gonna die. Okay. Yeah, take that off so we can poison enemies, I suppose. Don't blow me up. Okay, good. So we can set them on fire with my bow and deal poison damage to them. By a lot. Like, increased poison damage. Like, this is the only place where poison shines. On these trolls, because they take forever to die. But that's also like a design flaw, because you can't rely on having poison or fire every time you come down here. You just have to rely on cheese tactics forever. What a spaz. I don't know what to do here. The traps are pretty effective, I'll admit. Do about like half of his damage with that. Like, I want to go fast, so it's not taking forever, but if I do go fast, I'll just simply die, not because I'm bad, but because these enemies are just ridiculous. Wow. How to use that sword, except that bleeding is not my expertise, nor is it any other perk's expertise. Sadly. Okay. I feel like I didn't see any blessings there. They were probably just like behind locked doors and off the screen or something. Five magic damage. Increase your health and maximum health by 1. Fine, I'll deal with it, I suppose. Okay, I'm actually gonna die now. I don't think the battle axe becomes anything that decent. I totally glazed over it too. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't want bleed. It doesn't do anything for me. I need poison stuff and fire stuff. You can't be out there for more than half a second. That's insane. They all chase you. They all aim for you. Can I not fight you? Get over here. I don't need to kill that thing. Let's just accomplish our mission here, which is to beat the game with this perk. Alright. Goodbye. Get away from me, get away from me! Yeah, thank goodness I'm fast now. If you don't have a certain amount of speed, you can't even get to those freaking totem things. I have the nimble blessing, and when I run toward those tiki grub totems, which by the way they used to poison you. But even at like higher speed with the nimble perk or blessing, every time it nearly hits me. Made a huge mistake. Huge mistake! I apologize! Please don't hurt me. Just die, dude. Oh my god, you're serious? Give me endurance. Yeah, I mean, I'm almost at max HP. I mean, that will put me at max HP. I will be using pretty much all the 100 from it. Sure. That door opened very quickly. What the heck? I'm running faster too. That door usually at your regular running speed, it doesn't open on time. But now that I'm running faster, it actually opened right on time. I didn't get stuck to it at all. Okay, we just have a billion more phases to go, and then we'll be dead. Of course, we all love invulnerability phases in video games. Very, very good. Oh my god, it's not over yet! I can't believe it! It's still going! Oh yeah, of course. It just, you know, when it runs my patience for long enough, I just stop giving a crap and I start taking damage. It's a symptom of boredom. Okay, we're gonna go into the magma core. We're almost done. Sure, that's pretty good. And that's pretty good too. We have a lot of healing, so I should be alright. Okay, let's get out of here. We're gonna heal more as we kill enemies. Actually, I don't think we're gonna be able to kill enemies anymore with the stick. 8 to 10 plus 14. Yeah, we should, like, retire that strategy. Because the enemies here are not suitable for that. We need to deal maximum amount of damage. I mean, forget about it. Forget about it. What could this potion be? Should we try it? Let's try it. It's rage. Not bad. Really, like do you think Rupeck Games intended these enemies to be fought like this? But this is like the only way you'll have a chance against these enemies. These are all bad. You know, at least I'm gonna feel good about this video at the end of it, because at least we made progress towards something. And that's like, kind of like, you know, just increase our completion percentage. Why? Why? I have to go with a better bow. I'm sorry. It's very simple. Better bow is better. So we use it. Oh, sweet. Good. We actually got a... We have a chance to make a super poison bow. Maybe on the last level? I don't know. I want to make the super eyeball, super poison bow. And back to the topic of Rupeck being a killer dev. Like the altars event, they're not even readily available. Like you have to get super lucky to find an altar. And when you do find the altar, you could be surrounded by enemies who can actually destroy it. Like either make the altars available all the time, or make them indestructible. Like, it's just... have a heart. You're not falling into the lava? That's surprising. It's pretty nice. Oh, and he died. Poor guy. Oh, bad positioning. Oh, bad positioning. Armageddon. Yeah, shoot me off screen. See if I give a shit. I guess just have it equipped from now. I don't want to forget about it later. I mean, I won't forget about it. Actually, no, that's a stupid decision. What do you think? You just equip that. Piercing bow. Obviously not. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna find an altar. Wow. 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 Many wows. Oh! Oh! Oh, who do you run from? I don't know what to do in this situation. Jesus Christ. That's 27 to 29. Oh. But you know what? I want the poison. Poison's more important to me. Just, dude, just die, man. Go to hell, dude. So I found out you actually can't even equip 3 magic items. We're gonna take that. How do they see me? Why so many of them? You can only expose yourself for a fraction of a second, like a sixth of a second before something's fired at you. Too bad we can't even heal. What a waste.